Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And, Lord willing, this would be a brief lesson straight to the point. uh, I just came across this post. I was scrolling on the YouTube feed, and then I just came across this post, which led me to this article, alright, entitled European Union announces cricket powder will replace many food items. Okay, and which crickets are lawful, but as you keep on reading, they actually they're not stopping there. They're promoting bugs, just actual bugs in general, being included in your foods. And as I read through this, you'll see just how much all the different kinds of foods and products that they plan to include this in. And they're not just trying to use crickets. And the thing about it is, when they do these things, and you go and they'll say, oh yeah, companies are required to display the ingredients on the label. But when you go to read it, they're not going to write cricket or a beetle, or maggot or whatever. They're not going to write that. They're going to put a different, more complicated term, maybe the name of the genus or the family or whatever of this creature, to where the average individual who does not, some don't even read the labels, right? But even if you read it, but you don't take the time to understand, okay, what does this actually mean? Along with those other big words that they throw in there when they refer to certain preservatives and chemicals, people will just glance over it and buy these products, and some of them will just be ignorant of the fact that these are the things they're consuming. But this is where they're at. All right, this is something they were pushing for, and now they're making headway on it. So it says here, last year the European Union announced that 3 species of insects would be allowed for human consumption: the migratory spider cricket, the yellow mealworm, and the house cricket. Now it's official, the European Union has approved cricket and insect powder for use in a variety of baked goods and other food staples in grocery stores. Now, like I said, because when you go, let's go real quick to the book of Leviticus, because when you read in it, mainly like the 11th chapter, it goes into the dietary laws, the creatures you can eat and the ones you cannot eat. Now, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 29. It says, "These shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth." So the insects, like they say, creepy crawlers. It says, oh, Salakia, hold on. This is not the verse I was looking for. Yeah, here it is. Verse 41. It says, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Let me see something else over here. Just give me 1 second. Alright. It shall not be eaten, whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, and whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Now, when you look in the what translation is this? Click on this. This is from Bible Gateway, Leviticus 11 in the NIV. I'm trying to find the particular version here. All right, but the in the quotes, because when sometimes these some verses you can get more edification when you bring out, you read the King James version, but if you read like the NIV or NLT, where they break it down in plain English, for some where you might have that trouble with the old English, you can make it more understandable when you read in these different translations. Okay, with that being said, you still have to be careful, because some of these translations they squeeze in interpretations, all right, instead of just translating what the word says. So you got to be careful, because there are certain key words and terms that are supposed to be preserved as they are, and when you change them, you really change the meaning of the whole verse. All right, so it says all flying insects that walk on all fours are to be detestable to you. There are, however, some winged creatures that walk on all fours that you may eat. Those that have jointed legs for hopping on the ground, of these you may eat any kind of locust, katydid, cricket, or grasshopper. Which when you read the scriptures, John the Baptist, that's what he ate: wild honey and locusts. Okay, but I'm telling you that these devils, knowing these devils, all right, they're not going to stop with locusts. All right, they're gonna put in all manner of shit in there, call it with these, because when they present to you their case or whatnot, they'll say, oh yeah, this is what we're starting with or doing this, but it never stops there. All right, it never stops there with these devils. So I think the verse I was looking for is Leviticus 11 and let's see, yeah, there's Leviticus 11 and 21. It says, yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat: the locust after his kind, the bald locust after his kind, the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. And when we look into this word beetle, let's see what we have here. All right, it says here a kind of locust, a leaping creature. Okay, so not the that big, big black, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see, 1 second. And that's why the scriptures say that we were going to eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. Okay. So for example, right, you take the beetle. The scientific name for the beetle is the the scientific name is the Coleoptera, or sorry, Coleoptera, or something like that. That's what it looks like here. If you reading an ingredient, if you read in the ingredient section, you see Coleoptera. Whatever. I mean, you should look into it, right? Whatever. When you see words on your food and you don't know what it is, you look into it and find out. But most people are not even gonna, because when you look at the ingredient section, there's so many different things listed there for some of these products. Ones that really have a lot of different things listed in there, you gotta be careful with that, because stop and think for a second. Well, all right, this is supposed to be, I don't know what, something powder. If I was to actually make this, what like, compare the ingredients I would need to make this versus what I'm reading on this label here. Why is this here? Why are there like over 20 damn ingredients in a basic ass product? Then that's when you got to start looking into these things. But these devils are banking on the fact that a good majority of people are not going to look into these things. As a matter of fact, the majority of the food they eat now, they don't even look into it. Okay. Right, so continuing back in Leviticus, it says here, let me see, maybe I can pull this verse here, verse 22, in another translation as well. All right, what do we have? Yep, the NLT says, the insects you are permitted to eat include all kinds of locusts, bald locusts, crickets, and grasshoppers. So that don't get thrown off by that word beetle in there. It says, but all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. So now going back to this article here, where these devils trying to make you eat the bugs. Some freaking Lion King shit. But it says here, now it's official, the European Union has approved cricket and insect powder for use in a variety of baked goods and other food staples in grocery stores. Now keep in mind too the times as well, right? Because in each age or eon there are certain norms, there are certain things. Let's say if you went to the land of Moab, and to them it's normal, it's common to tear up some rat meat or whatever, right? Them giant rats and shit. Here it is, there was a woman caught on camera at the subway. She looked like a Moabite. Shorty gonna scoop up a live rat in her hand and put it in her purse. I know damn well you ain't gonna pet that. That's not gonna be a pet. So what's going on there? Is that General Tso's chicken? But in any case, say that for them it's normal over there, right? If you come over here and you tell people, yeah, oh yeah, now that's that fresh rat, I got that off the subway streets. Man, people gonna bug out because they're not used to that. All right, consciously, that's not a delicacy over here. See, but say you go somewhere where they don't, they consider cows to be like the equivalent of how you consider rats. And you go and you done, you know what I mean, you grew up eating burgers and all of these things. So you go over there and you trying to introduce it, and they're looking at you like, what the hell is that shit? You see, so it's all like in the scriptures you'll read about how John the Baptist ate, locusts. But in today's day and age, that's not something that, even though it may be lawful, it's not something that you're gonna jump at the bite of it. You know what I mean? Like, it comes down to preference, right? Just because it's lawful doesn't mean you have to eat it. But the point is, here it is, these devils are starting with this, but you best believe that once they get that foot in the door, they're gonna take it past reason. It says here, if insects are used. Now insects, there are a lot of different types of insects, so you got to specify that. But it says if insects are used, this must be included on the products list of ingredients, so consumers can decide for themselves whether to buy it or not, said the EU Commission website. And they'll say something like this to make it sound like, all right, that's fair. Let the consumers have a choice, but then they throw in deception, as you're about to see. It says they could go into such products as nuts, snacks, pizza, and pasta products, bread and rolls, crackers, sauces, meat preparations, and soups, cereal bars, vegetable based dishes, and chocolate confectionery. Now, say you order pizza. It's not gonna, that's the first thought in your mind isn't gonna be, let me check if this has crickets in it, or if my pizza has bugs or insects as part of the ingredients. That's not the first thing that's gonna be on your mind. And maybe it will have bugs in it. You may see a beetle toe somewhere in the crust somewhere, and you may not know. It says after a lengthy approval process, the European Food Safety Agency has scientifically examined the consumption of the insects and classified them as harmless to health. Cricket powder can be used in soups, milk and milk products, pasta sauces, potatoes, and chocolate. And the thing about it is, right, they'll tell you some shit like, yeah, you got the option and so on and so forth, but you damn demons, the option to do what? When you go to the store, your options are as much as they give you. So what happens if you go to the store one day and you start to see less and less of these other kinds of pasta and regular products, and you're seeing more and more of these bug incorporated or insect incorporated products, and you see less and less, and eventually you go to the store one day and you find out that there's no more of the old fashioned joint. Now you got to get bug pasta and shit, right? Now it's your freedom to choose, but choose from what? You don't have options now. You just have whatever they provide for you. That's the thing. They're the ones who do the manufacturing and so on and so forth, and Yeah, the manufacturing companies they're independent in to an extent, but then again, there's the hidden hand that says, look, start manufacturing these and start wiping out those, or else we gonna start making life hard for you. And that's why we need to get out of here. All right. It says on January 26th, grocery stores can stock baked goods containing powdered larvae of mealworm. Legally, food already includes locust and larvae. Let me pull this up. And now you got to think about this too, right? You better hope like hell that because what happens if, say, I don't know, you go to like because these are ingredients, right? These are ingredients, so you got to consider all aspects. Say you go to a buffet or you go to a restaurant, but you don't know that the restaurant, you look on the menu's gonna tell you what they got. Oh, we got this burger, they got this, we got that, right? Now, the restaurant themselves, they need to purchase ingredients to make the food. And maybe they're on board. Maybe they're like, I don't give a damn. Give me them bug-filled ingredients. And then they in the back behind, that's where they're making your food, and they're using these bug-filled ingredients to make your food, and they present it nicely to you. And you may not know. How will they know? You may not know. So it's a very interesting predicament that we're in, and that's why Yahweh Basham Yahushai, needs to come speedily, man. And then we hope and pray. Let me say it like that. We hope and pray that the Lord comes speedily. There's not much room left to live. There's literally not much room left to live in this place. All right, larva. All right, cool. So we got the name. Let's read a little bit more. Let's see. So the scriptures weren't kidding when it said that we will eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. Okay? Because like I keep telling you, it's not going to stop with crickets. If you know the devil, you would know that. It says legally food already includes locusts and larvae of the yellow mealworm. The food packaging displays this. Now check this out. The food packaging displays the scientific name for bugs, such as Gryllus bimacula or bimaculatus, a species of cricket known as the two-spotted cricket. Now, if you reading and you see something like Gryllus or Gryllus bimaculatus, and you probably thinking maybe that's like one of them, I don't know, one of them other kinds of ingredients, just like everything else, and you have absolutely no clue that, damn, this is actually a scientific name for a certain kind of insect. Wherever they put spiders in your joint, or freaking centipedes. Oh yeah, you can really get the nutritional value from this one. It says Bill Gates has long fought for a sustainable meat-free diet to save the planet. Nigga, first off, what we gonna use, crickets for the Passover? Because the Passover we gotta eat lamb. But now here it is. They're trying to move away from meat and all of these things. So now what? And ultimately, this is why the Most High is going to take this place out, because this devil has overreached, doing too much, way too much. It says the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation awarded $100,000 grants to companies to develop nutritionally dense food using insect species. Congress, now check this, listen to this. Congress is considering similar legislation for the use of bugs to replace meat in American stores. So basically, read your labels. Read your labels, man. Read your labels. Because before you know it, you're going to be chomping down on some bugs. Some bugs. So yeah, man, this is pretty much where we're at. They're not only trying to change the food that you eat, they're trying to change you, they're trying to change your society, they're trying to change everything about what it means to be a normal human. All right, they because since they have this God complex, they want to turn the Most High's creation into their creation. And that's why they're trying to do all these modification and augments and all of these things. But the Most High is going to bring it to an end. they're not going to succeed. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying and informative to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.